Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the Painters Podcast. This is the first for 2024. How are you, Matt?
I'm good. I'm actually a little bit suntan. I'm going to talk about that in a minute.
That's why we've got him in. We brought you in to have a good chat about
Talk about my suntan.
Yeah, talk about your holidays.
Absolutely.
And even though you weren't on holidays last week, you've started and stepped up to help Steve.
Absolutely.
With him, he was on holidays, and you've jumped on board and started training the participants in the SQW program, which stands for Skilling Queenslanders Work Program, and we're lucky enough to be doing the Currumbin surf life saving
Vikings.
The Vikings.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's been, as Nigel said, Steve has been doing the supervision there with the participants in the program. It's a very iconic building, actually. 100 years that surf club's been there. So I think it's called, is it Whale Rock? Elephant Rock. There
Elephant Rock. You climbed it last week.
I did. It's just amazing to be involved in a program like that, where it's a testament to the young people involved in the program, and their attitude has been incredible. So it's really wonderful, and that's why I got bit suntan. It's a great spot there.
It's fabulous. So what the Skilling Queenslanders for Work program is, it's a tender that's done, and we manage all the supervision on behalf of MEGT, and it's in partnership with Major Training as well. So what it is, it's an 18-week program. The participants, which are paid for the program, they come into the program. We basically teach them how to paint. So, and they're actually learning on the job. So they're learning the skills. For those that have seen some of the photos that we've been posting on Facebook and through other social media, what you'll see is it's been pretty interesting on the preparation side. The coatings over coatings over coatings that it's had in the past. Sure. They've been peeling back, basically. We question whether the surface preparation of the last paint job is pretty interesting. Acrylic that peeled off acrylic.
That's a first. I've been in the game 30 years, but it was coming. It was almost like wallpaper. It was just sort of coming off like that.
Sheets. So, it was quite funny.
But they loved it.
Yeah.
The participants, they really loved the prep.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about with us getting on a project like that, where they get the opportunity to have a look at a iconic building like the one we're talking about there, and then spend that time and to just rejuvenate it and to sort of really get to make it their own. It's not just theory work, it's not just doing tiny little bits of work somewhere, it is woe to go. And factors like salt. The clubhouse is actually, it's
in the water.
It's in the water.
It's
actually in the water. So
it's made for some interesting challenges.
It certainly has.
I know each morning when I've been down there obviously, but each morning when you turn up, everything's wet. The ceilings are wet. Everything is wet. And it's just pure from spray from the surf,
ocean,
because the ocean's pounding. As Matt found out on Friday, the water comes into the car park.
It does.
It comes all the way through and through almost through the bottom level.
Luckily, I've got that James Bond car, the one that goes underwater.
Very lucky. That always helps. Look, but what we've found is that it's a completely different process, because you're having to wash the surface down.
Absolutely. Quickly
get a coat on it.
Yep.
Leave it till the next day because you're having drying problems.
That's correct.
Then wash the surface down, dry it again to put another coat on.
Absolutely.
And we're not talking about small areas.
Right.
We're talking about 100 plus square metres.
Oh, more would be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Trying to keep that going when you've got a constant spray of moisture and salt hitting it. So,
and during the high tide, the water actually comes right up. It comes right up, and some
of the drop sheets got washed away.
They did. That was
to go chase the drop sheets.
Absolutely. So you've got to sort of stop, and that might be, put a spanner in the works for it. But the young people just love it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're just, They know they're involved in something that's special, you know, and that's what it's about. I think for people to get the opportunity to work in our industry, and they were talking about, they're locals to the area, that we get projects that are local to the participant sort of area if we can, and there's something they're going to be able to look on with fondness over the years. You know, we did that, we did Vikings, we did that. So, and the staff are amazing and they really appreciate what we're doing. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, it really is. And look, we're from those, you know, as I've said to the participants when I was down there the other day, we were, you know, just talking about job futures and things like that, career pathways and whatnot. They all are loving it that much that they're putting their hand up for apprenticeships.
Yeah, they do.
That they do actually want to continue in this trade. You know, and then talking to them about, you realise, and, you know, tradies listening to this will understand when you're out driving with your family or something like that and you drive past something that you've built or painted or whatever it might be, it's, I painted that. They're going to be saying that for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely.
And because of it being such an iconic building, you know, whenever the surf's up, for those that don't know where it is, whenever the surf is up on the coast, literally the water is hitting the top floor. The waves come over the building. So it's a 3-story building. Underneath gets flooded. They've got a gym downstairs. Everything in the gym's rusty. The bikes, everything's bolted down and screwed down to the floor, and you know, and the participants have actually painted the gym already. So they've got into there, and but everything is totally exposed.
Yeah, I mean, you can't miss it if you go to Currumbin.
No.
So it's just iconic there, and I know when Nigel was saying, our project's going to be in Currumbin, I mean, is that I was thinking, it couldn't be that one, because that's just, people really know that's very famous. And goes, no, the one that's in the water. I'm like, oh great. I said, are we painting inside or outside? Oh, outside first. I'm thinking, oh wow, you know.
You know, so smart. Paint the outside first, because if it rains, you can go inside and do the inside. But the biggest problem there, obviously, it's actually a working restaurant as well.
Absolutely.
So that makes it even a little bit more difficult because they've got to paint the whole restaurant. So that's going to be a fun one for Steve, who's back there tomorrow. You know, so how the program works is that we go in and supervise for 4 days of the week, and training
and major trainings
come in, and they spend a whole day with the students working on, you know, the aspects of the units of competency in a certificate 1. So these guys and girls, actually I think there's going to be another one or two. So these guys and girls, you know, are looking for apprenticeships. So those that are on the Gold Coast, it's an 18-week program. It finishes the first week of April. Let us know if you're interested, but they will have some skills. So this is where the big advantage is they actually have skills heading into their apprenticeship. They're not turning up green on their first day, not knowing what a scraper is, not knowing how to fill a hole, not knowing how to patch, not knowing, and they're, because of some of the things that they're dealing with, they're actually dealing on a larger scale and still enjoying it. So, you know,
and getting into the really good habits of what it actually means to get up early, go to work. There, it's treated as it should be, as a regular day's work. So they are there from 6:45 in the morning and finishing their, you know, their 8 hours, and that I think is really important, because the program is one that sort of would weed out anybody that wasn't serious. And we don't get many people who drop out, but sometimes they do. They definitely do. It's too difficult for them. But the point is, at the end of that, they're like, I want to be a painter. We're not. They want to be painters, and I think, you know, I think most people would agree. Listen to this: is attitude's the thing. If you got somebody and they don't want to be there, oh my God, like what?
They won't be there.
Yeah,
and we've had that in other programs. Those that don't want to turn up, and they just don't. So
they're a really good bunch, really good bunch.
And as Matt was saying, they're all there at, what did you say, 6:45?
They are.
They're all there at 6:45. 7:30 is their start time, isn't it?
Yep.
So they're actually turning up 45 minutes early because they want a job.
They do.
They're actually wanting it, and they're enjoying it, and they're you know, work ethic. At the end of the day, we look at it from that, you know, any employer, if you can get someone that actually has work ethic, you can train them anything, and particularly if they're wanting to be trained, like these guys down there. You know, they're sponges. They're soaking it in there. They're just grabbing it with both hands and playing with it.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It was a pleasure to work with them. It was really, really great.
Yeah.
And as I said, their enthusiasm for our industry painting. It's not like they were starting off going, "Oh, I want to be a plumber or whatever." That's fine, but they want to be painters. So businesses at the Gold Coast, I hope they grab these guys. They're amazing. Absolutely.
Yep. So yeah, that's a bit of an update of what Matt's been up to down on the Gold Coast. So if, you know, as I said, employers, if you are looking, reach out to us, let us know. We'll get you down to interview, see what they've been doing and how all that works. So reach out, look forward to talking to you all soon, and have a great day.
Cheers, guys.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.